Financial freedom, the art of being self-sufficient. Look, I've been asked this question hundreds of times. What is financial freedom and how do you achieve it? And every single time I say the same thing. Financial freedom is not about earning a lot of money. It's about learning to be self-sufficient. The moment a person becomes sufficient unto themselves, they feel adequate not only through financial sources, but also through abstract concepts. For example, someone who feels sufficient in happiness, health, peace, and love can also be free financially. You have needs. Money is required to meet those needs. But here's the critical point. Human needs, desires, and wants are endless. The person who can identify their true needs and build a financial infrastructure accordingly can become self-sufficient. Knowing yourself also means financial freedom. This is exactly how I define financial freedom, the art of being self-sufficient. Being rich and being financially free are not the same thing. I know people who are very wealthy but not financially free. How? As money increases, expenses increase. As expenses increase, the need to earn more arises. You get caught in a spiral. For example, when you live in a $5 million home, you generate far more expenses, like energy costs, compared to a $50,000 home. That's why I tell you this. Learn this awareness with small amounts of money. Because when big money comes, don't be one of those people who says, "It's still not enough." I've seen this with my own eyes. It's truly heartbreaking. There are two paths. I chose the second. There are two fundamental paths to financial freedom. The first, deeply specializing in what you do. Vertical growth. This works too. I'm not dismissing it. The second, multiplying your income streams by using your different talents across various fields. What I'm really talking about here is diversification. It's important to blend things proportionally in your portfolio, rather than staying in a single category, in order to generate income or become financially sufficient. I walked the second path. The reason is simple. I made a point of never taking more than 30% of my total income from a single source. Think about it. If you're taking half your income from one place and that source suddenly dries up, what happens? Panic. And when you panic, you lose your focus. That costs you dearly. Let me go even deeper on this. This example I gave actually happened to me. That's why I'm explaining it in such detail. What this means is, you need to have 3 to 4 different income sources. If one disappears, the others hold you up. Know yourself. Do you know what lies at the foundation of all of this? That famous inscription from ancient Greece, know thyself. Which path you'll choose, which talents you'll use, and how, all of it depends on how well you know yourself. Without knowing yourself, you cannot learn to be self-sufficient. This is where everything begins. If we know ourselves, if we understand from where we can elevate ourselves financially, in short, if we know who we are, we can make the most of every opportunity. Is passive income a must? A certain amount of passive income, meaning a savings you leave to grow without touching it, must exist. Even an individual pension fund counts. What matters is not the immediate picture, but looking through a 5-year perspective. Here's what I do. I try to establish a balance between my passive income and my active income. And let me say this too. Investing in yourself is also an income strategy. Increase your knowledge, improve your presentation, use accurate data. Your credibility grows, your earnings grow. It's a very simple equation. An investment that looks small to you today can become a mountain of accumulation tomorrow. From this angle, the investment we make in ourselves is extremely important. No matter how delicious a meal is, if it's served on a messy plate, it's perceived differently. Everything must come together. Content, presentation, quality. And never neglect this. Invest in your health. What's the point of earning a lot of money if you're unhealthy? Health is the foundation of everything. The first step is very simple. To anyone reading these lines right now, I say this. Take a notebook and look at every single income and expense item for 1 month. Write down 25 to 30 items. I promise you, there will be dozens of things where you'll ask yourself, why am I spending money on this? Once I was sitting in a cafe and a woman came up to me. She was a CFO. "Sir," she said, "I have a new job offer, but the salary won't be enough for me." She brought her list. Together, we found a third of it to be unnecessary. Once she removed those items, she accepted the offer on the spot. For example, a cup of coffee might seem very cheap to you, but if we do the math, a $3 coffee every day adds up to $90 a month. It's that simple. Debt is nothing to be ashamed of. If you can turn debt into value, there's no shame in borrowing. But ask yourself this: is this debt making me irritable? Is it damaging my relationship with my spouse, my children? Is it preventing me from focusing on my work? You need to focus very carefully on debt that is meant for investment. If the answer is yes, then that debt is doing you more harm than good. Do not borrow to a level that disrupts your focus and robs you of your joy in life. There's no such thing as once I earn X amount, I'll be free. Finally, let me say this clearly. There is no formula where reaching a specific number sets you free. Regardless of your income level, you can achieve financial freedom. The only condition: you will know what you earn and you will determine what kind of life you want to live. Is it hard? Yes, the conditions are tough, but this will not go on forever. Stay cool-headed, keep reviewing your expenses, don't deprive yourself entirely of life's pleasures. But there must always be items where you can say, I can live without this. Financial freedom is not a matter of numbers. It is a matter of mindset. The person who learns to be self-sufficient on a small budget will succeed with big money too. It comes down to perseverance, and you can do this.